Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds Live. Ironically, not ironically, incidentally, I was planning to do a set today, which we are going to be doing. We are doing the Razor Crest from The Mandalorian. This one is the ship that The Mandalorian flies around in. So, if you've seen the series on Disney Plus, this is his ship. We're actually, I figured this would be a good time to do this one. The set just came out. The second season of Mandalorian is starting up in a month. So October 30th, we'll be back at it with The Mandalorian. About 10 minutes ago, the set that I had ordered it, and I was so excited to do it, and I was planning to do this set the minute it came in, not thinking it would be here 10 minutes before our stream. So we'd already started planning for doing the Mandalorian, or the Razor Crest. This is the Star Wars Cantina, the Mos Eisley Cantina, and this one is a massive set that the preparation. It would need more preparation. So that set is going to be next weekend. I'm so excited to do that one, but already had started working on doing this Mandalorian Razor Crest set. So Razor Crest will be it'll warm us back up, get us back into Star Wars mode for next weekend when we do the Cantina, which is going to be a bigger set. It's a 3,000 piece set, so it'll probably be a two-parter over the course of the weekend. So today, like I said, we're doing the Razor Crest, and if you've been watching The Mandalorian, you are familiar with the ship, most likely. And so this one's only 1,000 pieces. It should be a quicker build. Not a quicker build, but a one-day build, as opposed to some of the two-parters that we've been doing recently. So, that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in, start building, and see how this goes. Let's see here. Past all the stuff. There we go. There are a total of 6 bags in this set, so that means 6,000 pieces. I'm guessing this is going to be a 2-hour set. I think we'll be done right around 4 o'clock. So, also, changed some stuff up. You may note we have a different building. Oh, speaking of building surface, boom. Building surface. We have a different building surface today. Oh, I should put this box. I had not intended for that to be visible. There we go. Now we have that box visible. Trying something out. This is my dining room table. Oh, this is interesting. The Mandalorian here he has no face. I feel like that could have been a fun little Easter egg for them to put in here. They could have actually put his face on here. But there you go. We got, looks like a Mandalorian. Got his helmet on. The reason why I went with this shirt today, by the way, is we got a Mandalorian on the back. It's the 7 Stars logo. So, oh, we gotta build a little Mandalorian blaster here. Oh wow! I think this might be the first time I've ever seen a brown one of these. These are usually black or silver, but I don't know if I've ever seen a brown one. I know one of the things that I've complained about a lot is how the dark reddish brown pieces are very brittle and tend to break. They're the ones that break the most. Supposedly that's something that LEGO has known about for years and has actually taken steps to fix recently. So hopefully that is the case. I was reading an article a few days ago from LEGO, interview with one of the LEGO guys, and it was about his job was perceived customer satisfaction. Or no, perceived product quality. Either way, it had perceived in it, and I thought that was really interesting. It wasn't about actual customer satisfaction or actual product quality assurance. It was perceived quality assurance. Beskar. Whoa, look at you. I remember the word Beskar, but I don't remember what that had to do.
That's the type of metal that the armor is made out of.
Oh, right, the metal. The Mandalorian metal. Yes. Beskar steel. That's what it is. Yes. Very good. So proud of you, Mom. Very good. Okay. So I know he's probably off doing exciting things to celebrate his birthday and isn't actually watching us today. But happy birthday to my brother. Today is his birthday. 35th birthday.
That took me a minute.
What?
That took me a minute.
Oh, was I wrong?
No, I'm just saying. It took a minute to say 35. Like you
Oh,
forgot.
well, I had to math it out. So, also, happy birthday to my Aunt Laura. I don't know if she ever watches these streams, but on the off chance that she is, happy birthday to you. She's turning 29 today.
Good.
No math necessary. So if there's anybody out there who hasn't been watching The Mandalorian, which I don't know who wouldn't be watching The Mandalorian at this point, but if you somehow missed it, get yourself some Disney Plus. Go watch it. It's amazing. I would say it's fun for the whole family. Feels like a good old-fashioned spaghetti western in space. I think you could probably... Children and adults alike, I think. I don't think there's anything in there that parents would need to worry about with their kids. I think it's just good, fun entertainment for the whole family. Oh, hello, Aunt Judy. Oh, so I was talking about my new setup here. We're going to see if this works better today. I swapped out the card table that I've been using, trying to find something that was hopefully a little bit more sturdy. And so I brought my current interim dining room table up into the Lego studio to see if this would work better, see how it would fit, stuff like that. I have a new dining room table on order that I ordered back in probably February, and it was about a year to get it at the time. That's about how long it takes them to make the table that I had ordered. So, and that was before the COVID stuff happened, so really not sure how long it's going to take to actually get it at this point. I'm still hoping that it'll be around the end of the year or beginning of the new year. It would be nice.
Not that we have people like me.
True. Not that we're entertaining at this point anyway.
It would be nice
But
for us.
this has been my dining room table. I don't even know how many Lego sets I've built on this thing over the years. This was the table I had growing up. Oh, I do have both aunts watching. Oh, Aunt Nancy. So I ended up stealing this table from my mom at some point, and it became my dining room table. And I needed something a little different for my new house, and so I ordered the new table. And was trying to think. This one seemed like it might work up here in the Lego studio. Might be too big. I don't know. So we're testing it out. But one of the nice things here is I put the tablecloth on it, which gives us the lighter background, which I'm hoping makes it easier to see the pieces during the build, as opposed to the black tabletop that we typically have. on the card table. It definitely is much sturdier, which makes building a little easier. It wasn't sturdy enough that a few weeks ago I had reconfigured some things and moved my camera, or moved my monitor and this camera to a separate table than the build table because it's a little too shaky. And I tried it on this table hoping it would be solid enough, but it's still, there's a little too much movement. So it didn't make it so that I didn't have to have a separate table, but
You're gonna build the bounty droid.
anyway. Got a new table right now. I'm liking it already. It's just a matter of, is it too big? And I still don't know. It definitely takes up most of the room here. But I don't know if I dislike it. Oh, I only need one of those. Got an extra one. The article I was reading about the perceived quality, customer satisfaction, whatever it was. I'm just going to call it the customer satisfaction survey. The article I was reading was talking about lots of interesting things, and it was really focused on, IG-11 pulls Scout Trooper standoff in Lego version. Clips Films, Melbourne. Oh, you from Australia? You might win for furthest away stream viewer. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the quality thing that I was reading. They were talking about all sorts of things, but mostly it was focused on how if there are either missing pieces or broken pieces, about how you can just go onto their website and get a replacement piece. So, wow, awesome. Hello, Australia. And they were talking about how useful it is for them if you do have a broken piece to actually report it, or a missing piece. There's lots of pieces of information. Some of it was about this is a way that they are able to, knowing those things, they can improve some steps. They were talking about, there was one, I think it might have been an older Corvette Technic set, and they had received a lot of complaints that there was a missing piece from it, and it showed as an example from the instructions the piece that was missing and the steps where they typically are used. And by knowing that this piece had been frequently reported as missing, all they needed to do was have a call-out circle on the instructions that showed that you were in fact using a different piece on a certain step, because most people weren't really following along and looking at the ingredients in the corner up here. They were just building the things, and since you'd used this certain piece for the previous two steps, they didn't realize that there was a new piece being used in the third step, and so they were grabbing the piece that they were used to, and then they couldn't find it.
User error.
It absolutely was user error, but Lego chalks that up as systemic instruction failure. Something like that. They see it as their own fault for not making the instructions clear enough. And so, knowing that a bunch of people had reported that this piece was missing, they looked at the instructions, kind of got to figure out that that's what it was, and just by adding an extra call out, the percentage of reports dropped massively. So it's neat that they're looking at stuff like that. There was one other example. There was a different type of example that was really interesting. Now I can't remember what it was. It might come back to me. It was a really interesting article. They also talked about how when you get to the end of a bag, sometimes there's the extra pieces in it. And this is something we've talked about on this stream before. And I never really knew the actual reason for it. 2021 is going to be disappointing with many Clone Wars Episode 3 and Fallen Order. Oh, you mean with regard to which sets are coming out? Have they actually officially announced all of their 2021 sets? I actually don't follow the rumors enough to know when they're pre-announcing things like that. Anyway, what I was saying was a lot of the smaller pieces, like these sorts of guys, the machine that counts them out and sticks them into the bags can't count one. It knows that there's 0 or it knows that there's 2. It can't tell if there's 1. So some of these types of pieces, they will intentionally overstuff the bag just because they are unable to make sure that you have the exact number, and they want to make sure that you have at least enough, if not more. Also, some of the pieces like this, the little black connector piece, since they tend to roll and hide, they give you more than enough of those as well, since they just sort of assume people might not be careful and will lose them. So there are multiple reasons for why they have extra pieces, and they were more or less the things that I kind of was guessing. So, rumored to be original trilogy, some sequels, and Mandalorian. Okay. Well, admittedly, I never watched Clone Wars, and I'm a big fan of the original trilogy, so those rumors sound like they might actually make me really happy. Yeah. We should watch. I should get on to Clone Wars. Haven't really ever watched any of the animated Star Warses. Take off the trestle base and put on the set. Ooh. That's a good idea for the table. That could work. Oh, already done with bag 1. Quick. Time for bag 2 already. And we can see what Lex was giggling. I guess maybe you guys didn't hear it, but I heard her giggling earlier when she was sorting the bag. You didn't put them together?
I did. He's right there.
Oh, you put him. Oh, you did put him. Okay, Lex already assembled this for me. This was 2 pieces. It is a tiny little. It's not a minifig. It is a. You can see comparison here. Like it is itty bitty, but adorable. A little baby Yoda. Or the child, as they're called. Is it its arms? No. Can't move its arms. The only thing that's posable is the direction the head's looking. But that is gosh darn cute. You know what? We're going to put...
You should probably break the stream now and then go back.
There. Now we can have the Mandalorian carrying Baby Yoda around. Lex is adamant that I let you guys know that she will be building the Baby Yoda set when it arrives. which means it won't be on the stream. Unless you guys can convince her to do it on the stream. Good luck. Lex builds, exactly, Bo James. You gotta give the people what they want.
I don't build that short.
I was just thinking about the sets that are, or, I'm sorry, not the sets, the ships in Star Wars. Obviously, there's plenty like an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter where the pilot is centered in the ship perfectly. But any of the other sorts of ships, like they have a cockpit, like say the Millennium Falcon or the Razor Crest. Right now, it looks like I'm trying to think of in the show. Was he centered in the cockpit or was he off to one side? Because what I'm thinking is, it seems like when you have multiple people in a cockpit, the primary piloting position always seems to be on the right, or when you're looking at the camera and you see him face on, the person on the left. Which is sort of the opposite of where you expect to see a steering wheel in the United States. Anyway, what am I missing here? Yeah, Casey starts. Yeah. Chris, that is a. That's pretty good. I wonder if Yoda's species, I wonder if they have gender. They might not have any gender. We don't know. And I realize that ruins your joke, but the joke was hilarious. And now I'm pondering. I don't know if you're pondering what I'm pondering. That's how I was going for. Okay, so Mandalorian was centered. Ooh. That's a tighter fit than usual. Perceived quality. Huh. I don't know if they're all like that. Nope, it was just that one piece. The one piece felt like the hole on the bottom seemed slightly narrower than usual. It was, huh. Oh well. On and off. What do you think, Brian? Thank you, Chris. Put this over here. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Another interesting factoid from the perceived quality report was they aim to have. Oh, if they update the instructions, because sometimes they'll add, but they will never remove pieces. So they might throw in an extra. Sometimes they have you put these little. It's a half connector piece. Sometimes they have you put them in there and nothing attaches to them, but they really are meant just to sort of be a guide for when you're placing other pieces in, which sometimes are really helpful, sometimes it seems wholly unnecessary. But either way, one of the things that they talked about in there, sometimes they'll add pieces to a build to make it a little bit less confusing if they find that it is. But they will never remove pieces. So they might put more pieces into a set, but they'll never take them out. They were also talking about the colors used inside of sets. And this is one of the ones that I had sort of assumed and guessed for a while. They'll use lots of interesting colors inside to help guide you. In fact, I think I might have even spoken about this in one of my earlier streams as though I knew it simply to be fact, whereas it was just a very, very educated guess. But reading this thing, it proved that it was actually correct, that they will use lots of different colors that aren't going to be visible from the outside, but they will have... How did that happen? It stuck to my finger. They'll have colors on the inside that will make it easier to see where you're at, that you can use as a guide to see where you are. And they intentionally do that. One set that they brought up that I know is a particular villain in the eyes of Chris Bailey was the Lego, the Tumbler Batmobile, which is basically just a big black blob of pieces. And they were talking about how they should have used more colored pieces throughout the model so that it was less difficult to keep track of where everything goes. So, hindsight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris, those pictures are something else. I posted a few of them to the Auto Club group at work. I don't know if... I know Ryan had told me that he was going to share my post with you, since you obviously wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. But definitely getting a lot of good internet karma from those beautiful, beautiful pictures. Okay, it looks like this set has a combination of printed pieces as well as stickers, and whenever they mix and match printed pieces and stickers, I don't understand why they do that. It seems like if you're going to go to the trouble to have anything printed, might as well do the whole set. Same with stickers. I don't know their decision-making process. I assume stickers are easier for them. I can't see how they wouldn't be. the way, I know I talked about this during my last stream. I have been recording time-lapse videos, so I just need to encode them and chuck them up on YouTube, and I haven't done that yet, and I haven't forgotten to. But once again, the camera's over here doing it for this one, so they seem like they're working pretty well. I just need to do it. Need to put a title screen on it and upload them, and just need to not stop being lazy. So get those soon. Although one thing that's weird about it is there's so many. YouTube is apparently very, very good at monitoring copyright violations, particularly with sound, and I'm not yet sure what kind of audio I can apply to the video. I know they have YouTube has a studio area that has a lot of royalty-free music that you can use. So I might try to figure out how to get that working. Because anytime at all that I've posted anything with audio, with music involved, every single thing has gotten flagged for copyright violations. So that seems totally fine when I'm over on my piano stream and I'm completely violating copyrights and playing stolen music. But something like this, I would rather not get dinged for that. So and I know the point of the time-lapse builds isn't necessarily to have music with it, but it just seems weird to post something to YouTube that's a few minutes long and have it be total silence. It kind of makes you feel like your speakers are broken when you come across things like that. So it's got to have something. And I just need to figure out what that something is. And no, it wouldn't help if I played it myself, because as I've discovered, when I play music on my own, it still gets dinged for copyright infringements, unless it's original compositions, which I don't do. So this has been a really interesting build so far. I hadn't expected as much sort of Technic structure as this has, but it's going back and forth between the Technic connectors and the Lego pieces, back and forth seamlessly. Really, it's kind of impressive. Pretty sure I've talked about that in a previous stream. It's one of the things that I like about the Star Wars builds, particularly the ships, is that they have the Technic pieces in them, because you have to have a whole lot of... Oh. Open build, repeat. Nice. Welcome to stream. Yeah, so far it's been fun. And that's what I was saying here. I like the Star Wars sets particularly, and this one is following suit in that the ships, they have a lot of Technic pieces throughout to kind of build out the structure of the ship, because that's really what the Technic pieces excel at. But then, because they're Star Wars ships and they're very iconic, they want to have the look, so then they switch back over from the Technic style pieces to the normal, more regular plates to do better sculpting and have it actually have the correct shape and form. So this one's going back and forth between the two nicely, and it's right now it's still mostly a skeleton, but starting to get to the point where it's going to take shape. And those are dark gray. I like your name, Open Build Repeat. It definitely is the way of things. Next week is going to feel like a really long week for me, waiting for it to be the weekend so I can start on the Moss Isley. I literally got a notification from FedEx that it was waiting at my door at 1:40. And so we had already opened up this set. Lex was already sorting the trays. I went down, got the box, didn't even know what it was. Opened it up, it was Moss Isley. Had it shown up, heck, 10 minutes earlier, we'd be building Moss Isley today, but that'll have to wait for next weekend. Gives us all something exciting to look forward to. Yes, I have my order out for the child already, and my wife has told me that she will be the one building it. So I'm sure I'll get to see it when it shows up, but I doubt that will be a stream since it will be built the second it is in the house. While I have a tendency to be able to patience isn't the right word, but she has a tendency to be so excited that she can't contain herself. There's no delayed gratification. Am I wrong? Mm-hmm. I know. So, I am looking forward to it coming in, though. It looks like a really cool set, and I think he's going to take up permanent residence in my in my TV area, most likely next to the older Yoda set. Seems like they belong together. Get in there. Come on. All right. Yeah, I used to get in line at the store every launch day and just wait for hours waiting for the door to open. I like getting them in store because I like keeping all of my boxes in as close to mint condition as possible. So getting them mailed, the shipping isn't as safe, and well, they don't take as much care as I'd like, but we're also still heavily sheltering in place, so I don't know if I'm going to be standing in line for new Lego products yet. I think I'll still be ordering them online for the foreseeable future. But we did build the Nintendo on this stream shortly after it came out, a month or two ago, whenever that was. That was a cool build. Yeah. Well, hello there, Taco Cub. Wasn't sure if you'd be joining us today. You've got a lot of work to do. Although I suppose you probably don't have to do it for another month or so. So, never mind. Incidentally, I took the that graphics card that you so lovingly left on our front porch yesterday, and I threw it into Lex's computer. And this morning, we were cleaning house, and I threw it in there once my work was done. And she came up and looked at her computer and wanted to know why everything was in old people mode, because all of the graphics and everything were at a much lower resolution than they should have been. And but otherwise the graphics card's working great, so thank you very much. Just had to fix the preferences. Yeah. All right. This is an interesting step here. Getting all of this to fit together. Once I get these connectors in. Well, I suppose that's all right angles and plumb. Huh. It's really open. There's not a lot holding it up, but I think using these made it extra sturdy. That's interesting. Okay. Well, that's a mistake. Oh, download new drivers. Yeah, we didn't do that. This step right here in the ingredients, right here, it says use one of these little fellas, but then right over here it calls for two of them. So that is a typo. 1, 2. This is 1. Uno más. And that's that. Okay. Done with bag 2. That's one of the benefits of this, everything set up the way it is right now. I can actually get all of this tray in here so you can appreciate all of the beauty. I feel like I wasn't able to do that with the card table. That's nice. Cool. Okay, time to build our IG-88. And there are two different... Note the arms are different. There's one that is macaroni elbow bent, and then there's one that's straight. Okay, and that looks like his head. Does it have something printed? It does. So his... I'll hold this up for the camera in a second. It's going to be hard to see otherwise. Got IG-88's head on there, complete with face. Definitely one of the weirder looking droids. Oh, I put his body on backwards. Shoot. Okay. There we go. Fixed. And he's got two guns. I always forget that Windows machines don't automatically download the newest drivers. Why don't they do that? They should do that. There's IG-88. Pew pew. Put him right over there. Oops. Yeah, okay. Alright. Building more ship bits. I'm not sure which bits we're building, but we'll just keep going here. Oh yeah, Dom's Charger. I did. So I really love the fancy Technic cars, like these guys. Those to me that is the height of Lego building. Dom's Charger, I liked. It didn't have the complicated sophistication that these ones do, but it kind of had almost like an older Technic simplicity to it, but just done with modern techniques. I thought it was really great. Do not expect it to be, if you don't expect it to be one of these sorts of levels of sets, which, why would you? Like, I mean, it's obviously Dom's Charger is way cheaper than these other ones. If you're not expecting that kind of a set, you'll be happy with it. Particularly if you like the if you like the car Technics and things like that. It's older, simpler. It reminded me of older Technic sets. And I know one of the biggest complaints people had with it was that it was just, if you looked at it from the top down, it's a big rectangle. Actually, would you hand me my charger? Lex.
My charger, just wait.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This is actually the set that I have closest to me at my work desk all the time, is this one. As you can see, from the top down, it is literally a big flat rectangle. Like, there's... trying to orient it correctly. It is a rectangle, which people complained about, but that's what a charger is. And it's very open. I liked it a lot. I think I actually talked about a lot of this stuff on the stream. I'm not trying to push you to go watch one of my other streams, but if you're interested in it, you may want to give that a look. I liked it a lot. Oh, okay. Well, so that's a really good question because all of those sets are very different. So Dom's Charger is definitely a Technic set. I didn't do the Aston Martin or the Mustang as a stream, but both of those were also a ton of fun in different ways. They are not Technic sets. Obviously, they're creator sets. So you're not going to have all of the gearing and stuff going through them. It's not going to do all of that stuff. The Aston Martin was super cool because there's all sorts of little touches throughout, like all the stuff on the box. They talk like there's the ejector seat and the machine gun headlights and the bulletproof wall that comes out. Like all of that stuff. It's just so well done, and all of the little secrets that are in throughout the whole set as you're building it. They're a lot of fun, but it's again, it's definitely not a Technic set. The Mustang was really cool because it didn't have as many of those little secrets and things like the Aston Martin had, but one of the things that I liked about that set a lot was when you were finished with the set, or when you were finished with the main part of the car, you actually built extra bolt-on parts for it. So you built like a blower, and you built a spoiler, and all sorts of cool stuff like that didn't need to be part of the car, but they were all interchangeable bits. So you have all of these different pieces that you could use to kind of customize the car, like you would, like like you would a real car. You could make it your own and kind of make it whatever Mustang you wanted it to be. So that was a really cool part of that build. So all three of them were very neat in very different ways. So I'm not sure which one that I would promote the most, just because it really comes down to like your preferences. I thought the Mustang and the Aston Martin were a lot of fun, but like I said, the Dom's Charger for me, I'm also a big Fast and Furious fan, so that might play into it as well. But so far, that's the set that I've had next to my computer for the longest time. Chris, I know you have both the. I know you have Dom's Charger. I know you also have. Do you have both the Mustang and the Aston Martin? No, you have the Aston Martin. You haven't gotten the Mustang. Remind me which sets you have. And let us know which one you preferred the most. I feel like, depending on what sort of sets you enjoy, if you like the Technic ones, probably go with Bomb's Charger. But if you don't love Technic, or if you like the detail of other creator style sets, probably the Aston Martin. Anyway, that's my 30-second opinion. By all means, don't feel like you got to do what I tell you to do. Alright, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of progress on this thing. It keeps going upward, but it's probably kind of tough for you guys to see it from the overhead video, so let's see where we're at right now. We still have, it's weird, it's so cavernous and open down here. And we're building all of this stuff up top. It seems kind of weird. Usually it seems like this would lay the foundation and then we build up from that. But since just the way the ship is built, I guess it's a bit top heavy anyway, so it's working. There's a lot of complexity going on here, and I'm sure there'll be a reason for it soon enough. Don't really see it yet, but there's a lot of detail for some reason. But also very solid, which with the more open sorts of sets like these can definitely be an issue, but doesn't seem to be here. So one thing you may notice here is the call out. There's a little yellow box in the instructions. This is one of the things I was talking about from the right there. So this one, they make this little indicator here, and this set is so new that I doubt that they've actually updated anything based on customer reviews or reported problems. But just doing things like that, they're able to reduce the number of pieces that people think are missing, or I don't know. They do such a good job with getting these instructions just perfect so that they're able to convey exactly what you're supposed to do with just pictures, no words. I suppose, if anything, when I was reading through the article about all that stuff, it just reinforced a lot of the things that I had already thought and believed that they did, so just proved the point. Let's see. Uh-oh. This is nice and sturdy. Okay, sticker time. Sticker number 9. Beautiful. Got some battle damage there. Where does it go? Up here. Oh wow. Okay, this whole piece right now is attaching via a single stud in the corner. So hopefully, there we go. That'll lock it into place. That will make it a little stronger. That's better. Alright, and that's sticker number 4. Great. Okay. Lock that in place. Okay, now we have the landing sled. Not really sure what the best way to refer to that would be. No, it's literally a ski boot. No, a ski on the bottom of the thing. Landing gear? I don't know. Call it that. Come on. There we go. 2 more skis. Oh. Turns out with the skis on them, it can kind of pivot and tilt now, so I need to be careful when pushing these things down to not lose control of the situation. Let's see how this guy goes in here. Yeah. That's going to attach to something else. Instructions say to just push these down, but it just seems like they should attach to these little guys right here that I have standing up. Seems like they should attach to something because they don't really have anything stopping them from going all the way into the gap there. So, oh shoot, that's the end of the bag. So many extra pieces. Alright, we're about at the halfway point. We're an hour in. Yeah, this will be a 2-hour build. Okay. Let's see what's next. Looks like we're building the nose of this thing here. By the way, if anybody can smell the freshness, that's pine sol. We cleaned the house this morning, which included a little bit of Murphy's oil on the banister, pine sol mopping the floor. So we have a extra fresh zestiness going on up here right now. It's pretty nice. I dare say the house, this is probably the cleanest the house has ever been since we've lived in it, since we didn't even clean it this thoroughly with mopping and stuff when we moved in. We vacuumed the carpets, or steam cleaned the carpets, but yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Automatic tray organizer. Well, I agree. They're absolutely worth it. It's a pretty big investment, but absolutely worth it. Okay. All these guys. FYI, Vengeful Valkyrie in the comments there, that's Lex. That's my wife. She's the one that's doing all the sorting off camera. With love. And because we have an eagle eye, we made 2 of these right off the bat. Boom, boom. Okay, let me have the front of this thing. How does this go in here? Looks like that. Here we go. Yeah, that fits on. It's on nicely on the front of the ship there. Pretty bulbous nose, actually. I was kind of surprised at the Mandalorian ship. It's not as graceful looking as many of the other ships are. Even even Slave One, which we built here as a stream a couple months ago at this point. Wow, that was a while ago. Slave One, the Boba Fett and Jango Fett's ship from the original trilogy and prequels, whatever. If you know it, you know it. That one even has more of a, I would say, a sleekness to it. This one is sort of pig-like to me. It's just it's kind of dumpy. I'm surprised that.
Well, it kind of matches the characters in that sense because Boba Fett is good at everything. He's the sleek bounty hunter, and this dude kind of falls on his ass and has to figure it out on the fly.
Sure.
So it sort of matches the character that drives it.
Lex is pointing out that Boba Fett is much more sleek and capable as opposed to the Mandalorian from this series, who is still very capable but doesn't necessarily have as much style or smoothness as say Boba Fett does. So kind of sort of works in that sense. But from the sense of getting a new cool ship to be iconic, I just wish it had. I wish it was a little more sleek looking. I like the sleek ships. This one definitely looks very functional. Which is like saying somebody has a great personality. This ship has a great personality. Suppose that is a good point. Certainly the GTR wasn't
Don't you badmouth her.
wasn't a terribly sleek sports car.
I will throw my phone at you.
It's basically a sledgehammer with a pedal.
Who's gonna do it? It's gonna hurt real bad.
Is that right? There's a little corner hanging over here, but I think that is intended. Where is it? Something is wrong. I don't know if I did that right. Oh, I didn't. These are supposed to go up there. Okay. No more hanger over thingy. Okay. Ta-da. Sweet. Okay. This, wow, there's a lot of little grabber pins on this side of the ship. That needs to go there. And then up. Ah, perfect. All just fits into place. Boop. It's nicely done. They were able to make it appear to be a big solid hole, but it opens very easily. Which, if I was younger and was gonna be playing with this after I built it, that would be great. Not quite the right spot. More battle damage stickers here. Not necessarily battle damage. Stickers to show that it had maybe been painted a certain way at one point, but its paint's starting to get worn. Surprised that with the 917 that was a thing, because I mean, certainly by today's standards that thing's a go-kart. Which is not a criticism. Okay. That one. Some flavor plating. Okay, let's see if I do it the right way the first time on this one. Mistake I made before was when I had this here, I tried to put this off to the side, whereas it was supposed to build upward. There we go. Okay. I suppose that's true. All right. Okay. Okay. Big stickers. 13 and 12. Oh. This one, we got some people, got some minifigs stuck in carbonite here. Okay. go. Okay. Couple of carbonite encased dudes there that get to live in here. Oh, that's great. They just kind of have a little carbonite gallery down here. Just slip in and out of right there. Boop. There we go. Up at the wall. Number 11. Okay. Don't know what this part's going to be. Maybe a top bit somewhere. Oh, nope. I was wrong. It's the cargo bay door. Okay. Boop. All right. Okay, this is going to be the front left wall here, I think. There's been a lot of spots on this putting it together that have been pieces that have been held on by a single stud with the implied promise of having more pieces later on. I feel like there have been a lot more than usual. Sticker number 6. Goes that away. Man, I'm having a hard time getting the sticker straight. There we go. Got it. Sticker number 5. Lex is taunting me at the moment with an adult otter pop.
It's medicine. For my leg.
We recently bought booze-infused otter pops.
These ones are like 6 months. The one full of.
Which one? What flavor is that?
The one you didn't like. Gin melon.
Gin melon. She's having a gin melon otter pop right now.
There's 2 margaritas left. I tried the vodka mule and it was really gross. I threw it away.
Okay. She's informed me that the otter pop is in fact medicine. She had a little slip earlier and hurt her leg. So I've been led to believe that this is helping that.
Mom said you should go to the store to get me the stuff to make those floats.
There we go. This guy gets to go on here. Everything fits together so nicely on this set. I suppose that's typically how most sets go, but everything sort of all snaps and folds into place perfectly, which is not a surprise. I think if I had written these instructions, I would have had us do this side before doing the other side, because the orientation for these instructions has been easier to follow than it was on the other side, and then once having built it this way, it would have been easier to do the other ones with less ambiguity. So I feel like that's one of the things that it's the sort of thing that they should flip around if they ever try to make this set better. Alright, number 10. Which way does the sticker go? That goes over there. Beautiful. And one more sticker here, number 8. That's a big sticker. Number 1. Okay. There we go. And now for the gun on the other side. I think Lex might be broken, guys. I don't know what's happening right now. She's losing it. Are you saying it was extra potent? Oh. Apparently she got to the bottom of the otter pop and That's where all the booze was. It had melted and fallen to the bottom. Okay. All right. I'll put this one on here. Oops. Snap that into place. Snip, snap. Boom. Easy as that. Okay. We are done with bag 4. See if Lex can walk over here. There you are. Thank you. Yeah. Exactly. She's laughing too hard for her brain to stay frozen, though. Okay, we got this guy, played by, oh shoot, I can think of his name, in the series.
He's the leader of the guild.
This guy's name is Grief Karga. But now I'm trying to think of, he's a famous actor and I can't think of his name.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. For Pete's sake, yes. Thank you. Okay. Carl Weathers. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Chris, I think you might have stepped away for a moment. We were talking about car sets a moment ago, and particularly the the Dom's Charger, the Technic set, versus the Aston Martin versus the Mustang. And I know you have Dom's Charger. I think you have the Aston Martin as well, but I don't remember if you have the Mustang. And I was going to ask, between those, of the ones that you have, which one you preferred. Man, I wish they would have had us put the sleds on the bottom of this thing last, because I keep pushing down on this expecting it to be flush, but anytime I push behind the rear of the last one, the thing tips on me. Oh, you have all three. Okay. Good point. Oh, that's right, because you were sending the pictures of while you were building the Mustang. I forgot. No, sorry. Deepest apologies. You were giving us the Crest builds. Live tweeting the process. Oh wow, this is a real cone dome here. Well, hello there, Wild Gecko. Welcome to the stream. Have you built the charger yet, Chris? Well, hopefully you enjoy it here. Thanks for spending some of your Saturday with us. Oh, that's right. You were building while I was built. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my brain stops working when I'm in the middle of a stream. Yes, I remember now. Apologies. And that was your first Technic set, I think, right? How did that go? Or rather, what did you think of it as your first Technic set? The whole top, Gecko, it actually has been, it's been kind of Technic scaffolding, and then the top has been just pieces that keeps attaching on and building up. So it just sort of sits on there. Wow, this is neat. Okay. So how does this? So these little pins here, little grabber hands, are going to attach inside into here, and it's tough to see. Oh, that's as far as they go. So it's just enough to hold it into place, but it doesn't really pivot on there. They just sort of very, very lightly grab that and hold it onto place. That's a really neat way of doing it. The cockpit has a really interesting slope to it that's definitely not a standard angle for a Lego set, but the way they were able to put this all together, that worked really well. Yeah, so that's a huge difference with the Technic sets. Is you have a lot less of the Lego plates, and there are all these beams and whatnot. Wild Gecko, you can see here the sides all fold down. I can hold this up and show you. Sides all fold down, so you can see right through there, and see that there's actually very little internal structure. These are actually just a couple of cubes that are just sitting there. They're not part of the structure. There's some carbonite units, but as you can see, it's actually just a few pieces that are holding it up, and then everything was just built on the flat top of it, built up. Okay. Chris, would you ever build another Technic set? Would you be interested in building another Technic set? I know Bo James has told me after trying to build some Technic sets how much he thinks they are the worst things ever and would never want to build one ever again. So I know it can be a fairly polarizing topic. Certainly. No problem, Wild Gecko. Yeah. Bo James had the Ferrari set that we built last time, which wasn't even a true pure Technic set in name, even though it really was. I would say it's one of the older, lighter Technic sets that put a horrible taste in his mouth for Technic. So I think some of the more involved Technic sets would definitely not be of interest to him. Don't know if you're still out there, Bo James, but I'm speaking for you if you are. If you aren't. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like it might be some kind of little escape pod or something. Oh, it's going to fit in right there perfectly. That's what that's going to be for. I don't know if I remember an escape pod on the show. That's definitely what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I think this is going to be kind of a little escape pod up here. I haven't seen Sidewinder today, so I doubt he's here. But I think this seems to just fit in perfectly right up here, so I assume this is an escape pod. I'm going to see how many times I can say escape pod in a minute, because I feel like I've said escape pod. Escape pod. Just kidding. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it'll be right up there. Okay. This. Or it's like one of those torpedo. Oh, I don't remember what they're called. The storage things. You get, like, people with the 4Runner, they get those kind of the backpack hard shell thing that sits up on the roof rack. That's kind of what this looks like. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Rocket box. Yes, rocket box. This is my little rocket box. There you go. It just sits right there. That's nice. Yeah, I'll hold up Baby Yoda for you in a second. Oh! I'll hold it up for you while Lex brings over tray 6, since that was the end of tray 5. So we got one tray to go. Probably gonna be right on the 2-hour mark here. So if you see, I have got the Mandalorian holding him. The little baby Yoda, I'm gonna call it a microfig. It is tiny. It is the size of a 1x1 tall brick with a little head on top. He is adorable and tiny. Okay, looks like all we have left to build on this guy are some jets or rockets or thrusters or something. So let's put this guy over here. Pull our tray down into place here, and ooh, all right. Right. Yeah, you put the pack and play up here. Oh, just the... Can you buy the little minifig all by itself? Or whatever you call that. That's not a minifig. I don't know. I am a weird Lego guy in that I don't get excited about minifigs very much. Or the figures. I enjoy building things more than I enjoy the figures. So I don't know. I would be surprised if you could buy it separately. I have a feeling you could probably buy it aftermarket, like if you went on Bricklink or something, but I would also imagine if you do that, it'll be crazy expensive. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, I would be, if you were interested in just the little baby Yoda, I would look on Bricklink. See if anybody's selling it there. But yeah, it honestly might just be easier just to get to buy the whole set. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I've never, this is very clever. So there's these sorts of axle pieces that have like the nail of a head on the top. Fitting it into here, you can see that it is actually not flush. It is not flush with the side of the brick. This was going to be placed right here along right over here on this side. However, and I thought, well, that's not going to work because this is not flush. But this brick has a hole in it that is exactly the right size to match this head. So putting them together, it actually fits flush perfectly. That is very neat. That's probably the most interesting step in this entire build. Step 328. Had that been a regular 1x2 brick, the darker one, had it been a regular 1x2 brick that was that just had a flat face and didn't have the hole in it, I think that would have been an invalid break the rules building step, because it would not have been flush. That's neat. I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. Very clever. Okay. Ooh. Just put another one in place right there. I think I'm going to get to do it again. Step 338. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's exciting. Heh. Awfully clever. Very, very clever design. Getting that to fit in there like that. Uh-oh. Hey, howdy there, Cordy. What if you make a giant helipad from extra Lego pieces for it to land? That would be fun. The landing gear on this thing seems like it would actually be pretty. They're all, they can all, each one of them independently pivots, which has been making it interesting to be able to push pieces in place since it wobbles. That's right. Okay, now we have more of these curved areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of that will be on the bottom of this. Aha! Put it all in one shot. Here we go. Okay. Okay, that will finish off that. That's a very complicated way to make a cylinder. I feel like if this were an older set, this would be probably like 5 pieces. but because they like making a lot of detail, because they like to, one of the ways that they add value to the sets is by having more granular detail. I think that's why this is as over-engineered as it is. And that's not bad. It is nice to have that kind of detail. So this is actually the first time I think I've ever seen one of these guys. This is a hearty wheel here. Okay. That just goes on there like that. Okay. And boom, 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 boom. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to have to build like a whole bunch of these. It's the kind of thing that they have you do. You build one and then they have you build another 7 more. Let's see what's on the next page. Yep. Ugh. Okay. Time for the tedium. Degree 4, 5, 6, 7. Cordy, I know you have a word that you use to describe these tedious tasks. Therapeutic and relaxing or something. Can't remember what it is at the moment. Okay, got 7 of these. 7 of those. And since there's obviously going to be 2 of these, that means we can think about the fact that we're going to have to do this again for the other side, which will be just as fun as it is to do it the first time for this one. Okay. There we go. Well, gotta admit it actually is a pretty cool looking rocket, so. Is that piece hollow inside? Yeah. This part right here came off. Might be locked into place now. Hollow inside. Okay. And this goes on the end, on the butt. There we go. And now we attach. Cool. Oh, right on. That just slips right. That's nice. Okay. Now for the other side, including the final sticker of the set. It's always exciting to put the final sticker on and be done with the stupid stickers. Beautiful. Got it. Sticker in place. There we go. And now we get to do the cool trick again by having the nail head on the end of this guy fit into this other area. So clever. So I know I said this earlier in the stream, but as a reminder, Mandalorian Season 2 starts October 30th, I believe. So we got about a month left before we can all start enjoying some more wonderful episodes. Season 2 Mandalorian. If you haven't watched it, it's great. Recommend it for the whole family. Alright, just about done with this side. Hitting the other side up. I think this thing is probably going to be pretty close to done once I finish this side, actually. This thruster. Oh, I failed on this one. I was able to do the last one all in one shot. Now complete the cylinder. There we go. Okay, and a little bit of flare on the front and the back. Ooh. Got away from me. Yeah, this really is a cool big wheel piece here that I'm gonna throw across the Lego studio. All right. Okay. Got it. They're actually mirrors of each other. The rockets are mirrors, so they would have needed to have been built separately since they flip-flop. It's just like most of anything on any of these sets where you have like a passenger side and a driver's side, like on the cars where everything is perfect mirror. So a lot of the times when you're building through these things, you build one and then you know that you're about to just go right back and build a second that's a perfect mirror of the other. Because it's got to have to be the perfect flip-flop opposite. That was actually one of the things that I was talking about when building the piano set in particular. Was the piano was really, really great because the whole set, the piano isn't symmetrical, so the whole set as you're building through, everything is unique and different. And there were no spots where you get to it and you're like, oh, I've already done this, I just have to do it again. With the exception of there's a bunch of hammers in the middle for the keys. But pretty much the whole set, at no point do you build something and then think, okay, well I'm going to have to go and build the mirror of this. So that was really cool. All of those. Actually, come to think of it, the Nintendo was largely the same. There wasn't a whole lot of repetition with Nintendo, other than building the level, which when you rotate the TV and you crank through the TV, that was a bit on the tedious side, but it was also fun because it was sort of the first time I've ever had to build a set like that. And it was nostalgic, Nintendo, so. Is that the right way? It is the way. Must be getting toward the end of the build because my fingers are just starting to stop working. Okay. Put these on here. Okay, and into the guy here. There we go. This guy goes on here. Oh yeah, we have our little launchers. Oh, those things that up on the top that I said I wasn't going to push down. You actually push on those to launch out. Launch the laser bolts here. Okay, that's cool. And then I think that's it. Yeah, you push down on those. Done with this guy. Done with all these things. So now all we gotta do is hold it up and show it off. But let's put some of these pieces in place. So Razor Crest looks just like the ship on the show. Really good. Easy enough to take the screen off the cockpit there, and we can. It actually shows in the little insert. It shows the Mandalorian holding on to Baby Yoda the way I had him there. So we'll put him back on his hand. Put him in place. There we go. And we'll just drop his gun behind him back there. Extra blaster bolts can go on the side. This guy up top. This comes off. I still don't know what this is. Maybe this is the little shuttle that the child was getting shuttled around in. It says it can come off. This little rocket pod on top. Let's see what it says on the box. No. Doesn't talk about it on the box. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was for, but we'll put our other little minifigs in there. Anyway, all done. There we go. We have our Razor Crest. I don't know what we're building tomorrow. I believe I'll probably try to stay with Star Wars as the theme, just because you've got Mos Eisley next week. Super excited about that. So maybe we'll do another smaller Star Wars set tomorrow. But there you go. There you have it. Razor Crest. Boom. All done. Yes, that's Mos Eisley down there. Yeah, that's we'll get to that next weekend. I was talking about that at the beginning of this build. So it came just a hair too late today for me to be able to build it today. So next weekend. Tomorrow, Sunday, same time as always. Always aim for Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're new and you haven't, please subscribe and like. It helps the channel out and gets these videos recommended to more users. So if you enjoyed, please go ahead and hit those things. And hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Mos Eisley next weekend. Don't know what's going to be tomorrow, but hopefully see you all back tomorrow. Thanks for joining the stream.